The hottest comic books in the world, the week of New York City Comic Con. Let's get into it. Another week, another list. Gem Mint from Gem Mint Collectibles. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great, and by the time you guys see this video, we will be hanging out in New York.
Hit the like, slap the subscribe button. At the list at number 10, Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars, issue number 8, debuting in 1984. A book that's always been a hot key, but dare I say it, blue chip key in the making.
And it's not even the first appearance of the alien costume, this symbiote that would later become Venom. I mean, chronologically it is, but not in publication date. That one goes to a three-way tie with Amazing Spider-Man 252, Marvel Team Up 141, and Spectacular Spider-Man 90.
This is also the second appearance of Julia Carpenter's Spider-Woman. There's a total amount of 20,014 copies graded on the census, and there are 4 10.0s that exist. Last selling in May of 2019 for $14,000, and that price is going to climb if we see any of these 4 copies hit the market, especially when you consider the 22 9.9s that exist. Last one sold a year ago, nearly to date, for $16,800. Hot damn.
And those sales were all prior to the San Diego Comic-Con announcement that we're getting Avengers Secret Wars to round out Phase 6. Another fun fact, this was the first book I ever submitted to CGC by itself, and it hit a 9.2. And speaking of 9.2s, we have a CGC 9.2 that sold for $255, 5% above its 12-month average.
The 9.4 hit $285. That's 4% over its recent 12-month. And the 9.6 hit $365, 5% over its recent 12-month average.
And then the CGC 9.8 sold for $870, pushing it 14% above its 12-month average.
Utilize code TOM101 on the best comic app in existence. It's called Key Collector Comics. It's where we source all this valuable information from. You get access to lists like this prior to our videos even coming out, and you get to support the show, so it's a win-win-win. Shout out Michael Scott at the list at number 9. We have New Mutants 98, the first appearance of Deadpool. Rob Liefeld, be happy this week.
We didn't get any announcements for San Diego. We didn't get anything at D23. We got a random YouTube video from Ryan Reynolds a week before New York Comic Con, which is so Deadpool.
Absolutely. And not only are we going to see Hugh Jackman reprise his role as Logan, it is being sold as the last time he will do so. And rumors are circulating that he may possibly don that classic yellow costume.
Another book with a high census count. This one has 21,472 graded copies on the CGC census. A CGC 9.8 hit an all-time high of $3,000 in April of 2021, and it's been hovering around $1,500 to $1,600 ever since.
Deadpool 3 is slated for September 2024, so I suspect that that's why we're seeing some volatile numbers and so many other key Deadpool Wolverine books starting to make it on our list. Some are even on this list this very week. Hit that subscribe button. We have a newsstand 6.0 hitting $300 this week. That is 17% over its recent 12-month average at that grade.
The direct markets had some high performers as well. A CGC 7.5 hit $324, 5% above its 12-month. A 9.4 hit $525, putting it 4% above its 12-month average. And the 9.6 sold for $650, 0.3% above its $648 average.
At the list at number 8, the trailer was leaked. AntMan Quantumania putting Marvel Premiere 47, debuting in 1979. The first appearance of Scott Lang as Ant-Man, but also the first appearance of Cassie Lang on the list this week.
Everybody is super hyped to see Kang on screen, and it looks like Cassie Lang is going to play a much larger role, pushing this book back on the forefront. A CGC 4.0 sold for $85, which is 4% above its 12-month average.
Could Scott Lang's life be on borrowed time? Could Cassie Lang be gearing up to become the next young Avenger? Well, the 9.4 sold for $450, which is up 42% over its recent 12-month average, and it's shy of $6 of breaking its record in that grade.
But since this sale, there have been 2 more, one for $306 and one for $223, getting some steals and deals.
That $223 sale is the lowest this book has sold at this grade all year long. There's a 9.6 that hit $700, and that is 41% over its recent 12-month average. And the all-time high was set back in 2021 of $810.
Moving on to number 7, we have Man-Thing number 1. This is the second appearance of Howard the Duck, but the first Man-Thing solo title. Now keep in mind that this is prior to New York Comic Con, where Werewolf by Night will air on October 7th. I have a feeling we might see this back higher up on the list after that.
This is the third consecutive week that this book has made it on the Hot 10. And we have a 7.5 selling for $180, which is 4% over its recent 12-month average.
The 8.5 sold for $250, putting it 26% above its 12-month average, and the 9.0 sold for $407, 24% above its $327 average.
And the sales can't even keep up. They're happening so fast because an 8.0 had two different sales above its $200 heights that were reached back in January. One for $250 and another for $300, which is more than what the 8.5 sold for this week. People be specking.
And the specking continues. Number 6 on the list, we have Tales to Astonish, issue 63 from 1965, the origin and first appearance of the leader. First, there was speculation based on him appearing in the She-Hulk Disney Plus show. Then we got confirmation that he will be back in Captain America 4 New World Order.
Sprinkle some intelligentsia speculation courtesy of She-Hulk, and this book be spec worthy. We have a 4.0 breaking records this week. Last selling in 2021 for $179, an increase of 56%, selling for $280. The 4.5 just this past September sold for $275. We're seeing a 9% uptick, selling for $299. And then we have a 5.0 selling for $340 back in September, up 10%, now selling for $375. Next at the list, at number 5, Amazing Spider-Man 238. But hold your horses, we have a newsstand.
This would be the first appearance of the Hobgoblin, the first Hobgoblin, Roderick Kingsley, not Ned Leeds, who we're expecting to see in the MCU. And although we do have 3 newsstands to report on, we also have a direct market edition, a 4.5 that broke record. It last sold for just $45 back in 2017 and now selling for $240.
The newsstand 9.0 hit $600. That is 3% over its recent 12-month average. The 9.6 just recorded its second highest sale of all time, selling for $1,600. And the 9.8 is back to selling at $4,500, and that is 17% over its recent 12-month, where it was comfortably sitting below 4K all year long.
Now, Jacob Batalon, who plays Ned Leeds in the MCU, was recently on a podcast, and he expressed interest in playing darker roles. Was that a hint at things to come?
At the list at number 4, Star Trek number 1, the science fiction series adapted from the television show debuting in 1967. Director Matt Shakman, slated to direct Fantastic Four, was fantastic news, no pun intended. However, it meant that he had to make a decision to transition from Star Trek over to the MCU, and him leaving that franchise has now shelved this film, TBD.
Well, he better do a good job with Fantastic Four, because otherwise he's going to piss off 2 fandoms. Now, despite the fact that they are directorless, there are a ton of record-breaking sales, including a lonely 1.0, which sold for the first time ever on October 2nd for $128.
4.0 sold for $394 back in August, now selling this week for $530, an increase of 35%. We have another record-breaking sale for the 4.5, last selling for $490 in August, up 12%, now selling for $550, and it didn't stop there. A 6.5 selling for $720 back in 2021 is up 24%, now selling for $890.
And it still didn't stop there, because a CGC 8.0 broke record as well. It sold for $1,616 back in May. It's up 42% with this all-new record-breaking sale of $2,291.
This book is tough and high grade. At a 9.0, there's only 31 copies. 9.2, 9.4, both have only 12 copies graded in total on the census. A 9.6, there's only 5, and there's only one 9.8 in existence, and it's only sold one time since 2015, and it sold for $40,500. If you enjoy what we do and want to support the show, join the October Mystery Mail Call. 1 per box, Something is Killing the Children 25. Cutter Cover Done by David Mack. Going in 1 per box. Which variant? That's at random. Join the community. And at the list at number 3, Wolverine number 1. We told you we weren't done talking about Logan.
And with the announcement that Hugh Jackman will be reprising his role, it spiked a lot of the more affordable Wolverine and Deadpool books. Hulk 181 and New Mutants 98 were already expensive, so here we are with the first solo series with a slew of high performers. We're talking about an 8.0 selling for $150, 18% above its 12-month average. An 8.5 selling for $200, which is 41% above its 12-month average. A 9.0 sold for $213, 22% above that 12-month, and the 9.2 sold for $200, less than the 9.0. They can't keep up, but still up 2% from its 12-month average.
The 9.6 hit $375, 17% over its recent 12 months. And the newsstand 9.8 just hit $1650 compared to its $1379 12-month average. That's an increase of 20%.
Those are some nice gains. And another book that you used to own that used to sit behind you is number 2 on the list, Tomb of Dracula, issue 1.
Members are still doing their prayers to Thor that they're going to see Anthony Starr portray Dracula as the main antagonist in Blade. And we're not only seeing an increase in copies sold week over week, we are seeing an increase in averages and record-breaking sales this week.
Not only is it the first appearance of Dracula, but also the first appearance of Van Helsing and Frank Drake, which is a descendant of Dracula. A 5.0 sold for $390, 5% above that average, and the 8.0 sold for $800, 14% above its 12-month average.
And let's hit them with some record-breaking sales. The 3.5 sold for $220 back in 2021. It's up 20%, now selling for $265. And the 8.5 last November sold for $1,025, an increase of 7%, up, selling for $1,100 this week. Hot damn. Hit the like, slap the subscribe button. We're headed to New York this week. Jem, are you packed? Are you ready?
Of course not. We're going to do all that moments before we leave for the plane.
Join us in the East Coast, virtually from New York City Comic Con, broadcasting from the best app to buy and sell collectibles, Whatnot. I have one other variant to announce today, a team up with Marat Michaels, the creator and cover artist extraordinaire from Do You Poo, and Epic Nation Collectibles. We have Pooified Wolverine 155, which is an homage to Hulk 340, a triple homage to Deadpool versus Wolverine.
Which brings us to number 1 on the list. I kind of foreshadowed this a little bit earlier, even though the book is already expensive. Incredible Hulk 181, the first full appearance of Wolverine, makes the Hot 10.
The most important Bronze Age comic of all time. The Hugh Jackman news has not only moved the needle, it has brought out so many keys from members' back issue bins that they've been specking on. Members have been really getting ready for the inevitable mass introduction of the mutants in the MCU, but this Deadpool 3 announcement has absolutely caused a stir, and the books are coming out and they're selling quick.
Starting with a 0.5, that's right, an incomplete copy that has a third of the 10th page missing. It's also notable that it has a custom Wolverine label, making that slab look a little bit better, but it's sold for $1,500, which puts it 29% above its 12-month average.
Then we have a 3.0 selling for $2,762. That is 3% over its recent 12 months. And the 3.5 selling for $3,555 is 11% over its recent 12-month average.
But then we have the CGC 9.6, which sold for a whopping $29,900, 7% above its $27,823 12-month average.
Will a 9.6 break the $30,000 marker again? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and stay tuned for the trending video at New York City Comic Con, where we're going to announce the winner of our 55K milestone giveaway. Comic fam, we made it to 55,000. Hot damn. We appreciate you. Thank you. And as always,
geek responsibly and stay minty fresh.
Enough said. Join myself and the entire Whatnot Wednesday squad over in the East Coast. We're going to be doing New York City Comic Con coverage live on Whatnot all weekend long. We're doing thousands of dollars in giveaways. Come support the entire group. Link in the description and take a look at these 2 other videos. We made them for you. Enjoy. Have a great week.